It's Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com with another quick tip for families in intensive care. So I actually do a weekly YouTube live where you can come and join me and I answer your questions. And I did one of those YouTube lives in the last few days. I usually do them at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday night in the US, which is 3:30 Pacific Time on a Saturday in the US. And it's at 10:30 a.m. in Sydney, Melbourne time in Australia on a Sunday. So I usually do them every Sunday my time. Anyway, in one of those YouTube lives, one of the viewers asked me, you know, my mom's in ICU, she's there with the tracheostomy and she's off the ventilator and just with some oxygen, and she had a stroke, you know, and ICU is telling me, look, you know, they can't do anything else for my mom and they just want to move her to palliative care and let her die. And she said, look, that's not what my mom wants. That's not what I want. That's not what my family wants. Where should we go from here? And there's a fairly simple solution here. You know, you should be looking at intensive care at home, and you will find more information at intensivecareathome.com. Basically, what we do with intensive care at home is we send long-term intensive care patients, predominantly with ventilation and tracheostomy, home as a genuine alternative to a long-term stay in intensive care. And, you know, some of what we do there is also palliative care, but that's not the situation that this lady was in. I mean, she didn't want to talk about palliative care, fair enough, you know, but whether you are a family, you know, in a similar situation, have a look at intensive care at home. With intensive care at home, we are currently operating all around Australia in all major capital cities, as well as regional and rural areas. We can also help you if you are in the US or in the UK. We can help you there privately, right? But one way or another, you know, you need to think outside of the box, and you need to think about what are solutions to those problems. You know, they're massive problems. I get that, but you should not be hesitant to thinking outside of the box and look out for solutions that also provide a win-win situation. With intensive care home, for example, an ICU bed costs $5,000 to $6,000 per bed day, right? Intensive care at home costs around 50% of that, right? Also, ICUs are bed blocked all the time. So by freeing up an ICU bed, but more importantly, by improving the quality of life for you, for your loved one, and for your family, you know, by bringing the intensive care into the home, it's a win-win situation, right? Everybody's winning. So it makes perfect sense in this situation, you know, and I told, obviously, the viewer on the show that this is, you know, this is the next step. And the same is applicable for you. You know, reach out to us at Intensive Care Home. You get more information at intensivecarehome.com. We are an NDIS approved service provider in Australia, but we're also approved for TAC in Victoria, ICARE in New South Wales, NIISQ in Queensland, DVA all around the country. We have also received funding through public hospitals, departments of health, as well as private health funds. So, you know, you're well covered there. And like I said, that's for our Australian viewers. And if you're in the US or in the UK, please contact us. We can help you privately there. So that is my quick tip for today. Also, tune into my YouTube live shows on Sundays, 10:30 a.m. Sydney, Melbourne time. Currently, it's 6:30 p.m. on a Saturday, Eastern Standard Time, and 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. That'll change when the US goes into daylight saving. It'll change slightly, but I will announce that here as well. For now, it's those times. Now, if you want to have your questions answered when you have a loved one in intensive care, go to, we have created a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care at intensivecarehotline.com. If you click on the membership link there, or if you go to intensivecaresupport.org directly, you can become a member in our membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care. And we answer all questions intensive care related for your loved one situation, and for your family situation. In the membership, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in a membership area and via email. and we answer all questions intensive care related. I have worked in intensive care / critical care for over 20 years, nearly 25 years in 3 different countries, where I have worked as a nurse manager for over 5 years. I have been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care since 2013 here at intensivecarehotline.com. And you can verify that at our testimonial section, as well as in our podcast section, where we have actually interviewed clients. And I can say without the slightest hint of exaggeration that we have saved lives. And we have saved many lives through our consulting and advocacy, right? In the membership, you will also have access to 21 ebooks and 21 videos that are not publicly available. And all of your questions there are answered for families in intensive care. They really give you a strong mindset so that you can make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence. 99% of families in intensive care are not in a position to make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence. They don't know what they don't know, as a matter of fact. They don't know what to look for. They don't know what questions to ask. They don't know their rights. And they don't know how to manage doctors and nurses in intensive care. I also offer one-on-one consulting and advocacy over the phone, Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you. And I talk to you and your families directly. I talk to doctors and nurses directly, and you will see that when I talk to doctors and nurses directly, that the dynamics will change in your favor very fast, because the intensive care team can no longer hide behind medical jargon or saying, oh, you won't understand anyway. You know, they have no more place to hide, and you will see that I will turn situations around very, very quickly. And, you know, it's also interesting, you know, that people sometimes call us here at intensivecarehotline.com and, you know, they inquire about the service, and then, you know, they say, oh, it's too much, it costs too much. And then, you know, a year later, they say, oh, if I had only listened because my mom, my dad passed away, now I understand I would have needed this. You know, it's interesting that, you know, people will turn around and say, well, you know, it costs too much. And, well, it's not too much. You know, we have saved lives here, and, you know, and we're doing great work. And I just want to put that out there, that the money that you're investing into us is money well spent, because we have achieved significant results for our clients. Like I said, have a look at our testimonial section and have a look at our podcast section with client interviews. Now, I also represent you in family meetings with intensive care teams. I can be there over the phone or over a video call. And once again, I'll make sure that your loved one gets best care and treatment. And I'll make sure all the right questions are asked. I also ensure with you whether it's even the right strategy to go into a family meeting with intensive care teams, because sometimes it's not the right strategy to begin with. We also offer medical record reviews in real time so that you can get a second opinion in real time. We also offer medical record reviews after intensive care if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are simply suspecting medical negligence. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com. And if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care and intensive care at home. Click the like button, click the notification bell. Comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.